Developer Daniel Vavra has gone completely unhinged on criticism of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. The game is exceedingly woke, and I actually went viral with a thread on X going and showing the whole history of how we got there. It's pinned to my profile if you want to go check it out on X. They dropped a community note, which some people are saying might actually have come from Vavra himself. But you notice the people who are shilling from this are quoting IGN, saying it's not woke. It's like, that's pretty interesting. There's a full media blitz on this game. It is all to defend this Embracer Group-owned Warhorse Studios that Daniel Vavra sold his soul to make this game. And he's just losing it on people like I've never seen before. I have, actually. And I'll show you how. It was done in comic books back in the day, where woke activists did the, if you don't like it, don't buy it. Well, gamers, you know exactly what to do. It's time to identify as non-binary and not buy this game because they hate you and they want you dead. All right, let's hit the like and subscribe button. Join us here as we're talking about all things in fantasy, my friends. I'm a fantasy author myself. If you like good, clean fun, check out my Adventures of Baron von Monocle on Amazon. It's a 6-book series about questing on an airship, fighting against monsters. A big war breaks out. It's a lot of fun as the series goes along. It's available on ebook, print, and audio for you, so check it out. It's in the description below. Support clean fantasy and good stuff that's not woke. Really appreciate you for reading our books and being there, and it's in the description below, as I said. Very wild stuff right here. You see the gay kiss out there that's been seen around the world. Endemian's actually talking about the game, saying that it's really buggy, not very good, not fun to play. And here it is, lots of problems that are stemming from just their woke activism right here. This situation is part of one optional quest in a game that is hundreds of hours long. It's completely out of context, says the topic. And the topic I talked about, if you go through my thread, is actually the fact that the game developers are woke, and then, of course, doubled down on woke throughout this entire course of things. If you don't know what happened, I guess I could summarize it for you right here very easily, and we'll show you. Kingdom Come Deliverance was a popular game for its Christian themes, banned in Saudi Arabia, and then Daniel Vavra went out there and started talking about how he's in a culture war because he's putting gay sex into his video games. He also input a weird black character into the game. That really was not necessary and is not historically accurate, as he pointed out in the past before he was bought by the Embracer Group. And then on top of this, they put up a code of conduct here with zero tolerance for discrimination, racism, sexism, homophobia, ableism, all the fun isms up there on Steam. Then it came out from the community manager from Warhorse Studios that, guess what? They really intended it to be gay all along. The first game only didn't have those elements in it because of what? Oh, budgetary restraints. So this is like a woke company. Daniel Vavra is a woke activist, and he's been just hiding, and this is what's going to be going on even further. Then he doubled down on his post after that came out, and he calls everybody who's going at him Nazis, cursing me. Okay. Very, very odd that he starts calling gamers Nazis. This sounds a lot like the left, doesn't it? Yes, well, that's exactly what's going on here. He goes further, and he keeps doubling down again. Eventually, he took a church depiction of the three magi to mock Christians on his X account. And he's been going out mocking Christians ever since when he's been talking about this stuff. So this is the backdrop of the game, which, is all the basis of the weird gay sex stuff, that they're putting in characters that were not gay in the first game and change things because, well, guess what? Warhorse Studios got bought by the Embracer Group. The Embracer Group's owned by BlackRock. Follow the money. Every single time these corporations inject DEI into these games, and then they try to sweep for it and try to hide it. This is what's going to be going on with these video games these days. What's happening now is a shift in the culture. Not that there's any change that's actually happening to the content. They're still going to put in the blackifying everything, the gayifying everything, the transifying everything. That is going to be out there. They're just going to market it differently. And as you can see, the way that they're marketing this one with the community note is it's an optional quest in hundreds of hours games, right? Optional quest. Well, what else is optional? Let's see. Dragon Age Trans Surgery. Let's see. You go to this here. New Dragon Age game will include customizable top surgery scars. Well, it's just optional, bros, that they put this in there, right? This started this game, and everybody acknowledges that Dragon Age is a completely woke nightmare, which is absolutely crazy. So what makes Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 different? The fact that it's mocking Christians, the fact that it's actually attacking the Christian creators and trying to like skirt that line and do the marketing a little bit differently. Maybe that's all that's it. It's just a marketing blitz that's being done by this company, and it's very, very naked. It's very, very unabashed, and they got caught doing it. And so Daniel Vavra is going way off the rails, and this is what he's doing. This is exactly how the woke respond every single time. Why was this necessary? Somebody asked about the gay romance that IGN's promoting. IGN did an article, How to Romance Hans from Henry in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, which is not only in the article, it's also a video that they did on it. They're pushing the gay agenda hard with this game and then trying to dupe gamers into it at the same time. It's very obviously a mainstream media coordinated assault on everything that you love. That's very important. So he rolls on there saying, don't buy the game. And this is what Daniel Vavra himself says. Now, again, the last time I saw this sort of thing was within the comic book industry. This feminist weirdo named Kelly Sue DeConnick went out there and went on Sci-Fi Wire and said, don't buy the game. Or don't buy the books because of its weird feminist crap in there. She says, from our perspective, the industry has contracted, and we're very worried about comics right now. It's always interesting to me. Outside perspective is comics are booming. I tend to be pretty optimistic. This one I'm worried. I'm straight worried because the stories are closing at a phenomenal rate. Independent comic sales are down. Mainstream comic sales are down, except for the top 3 or 5 books are up. Same thing happening in video games 6 years later, guys. Numbers that used to be numbers that would get you canceled are like, no, that's a hit. Independent books are making back the cost of doing floppies is like names should be able to do it, and it worries me. But this is where she gets really, really weird. When she talks about things, she says, don't buy it, right? She says, if you don't like my politics, don't buy my book. And that's really, really weird because when I look at this and I have a great book here, I want Daniel Vavra to buy my book and Kelly Sue DeConnick to buy my book. I would love for them to actually get influenced by my great work here. That's just clean and fun fantasy. And then spread the word that that's like actually really cool. That would be the best situation here. So I would never tell somebody not to buy my book. That's silly. But that's exactly what these people do, and that's exactly what SJWs always do because they want their closed little circle. They want this whole echo chamber surrounding them, and this is completely unhinged behavior. Now, Daniel Vavra has been watching my videos here. Hi, Daniel. How you doing? And it's been pretty crazy. He actually has been making unhinged personal attacks on me with like weird libelous accusations because I'm talking about his video game. I haven't looked into Daniel Vavra personally because that's off limits. I'm criticizing a video game. If you can't take that kind of criticism, Daniel, you shouldn't be making video games. This is literally, your job is to just listen to critics, listen to gamers, and then adjust your work to actually fit the common practices. That's what being part of a corporate video game company should be. But it's about the agenda for these people. It always is. And it gets even weirder as you start to see they really can't take criticism. Pirate Nation also reported this morning that Steam has started to ban negative Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 reviews that call out the founder for misleading and woke stuff in-game. So they've pushed this. This review has been banned by a Steam moderator for violating the Steam terms of service. It cannot be modified by the reviewer. So they're boasting that it's got a huge rating on Steam, that everybody loves it, but they're banning negative reviews. Now, I've seen this type of thing happen before. This happens with Rotten Tomatoes with their weird Disney woke stuff, right? Every single time this kind of thing, they cry review bombing. They cry that it's fake. They get things banned. They try to censor free speech on the topics, and that's exactly showing that they know that the mask has gone off, that they are woke activists, that they're in big trouble, and that they're just, completely unhinged at you on the process. So this is what the review said that is worth banning. Same-sex romance? No. You will play as Henry. He already does have a background in which he's not bi or homosexual. Now that they've been bought by woke investors, they changed the writing of Henry to make him bisexual. Additionally, Daniel Vavra, the co-founder of the studio, tweeted, "Would you please explain to me what's racist about telling the truth? There were no black people in Bohemia, period. Now he's added a black character to the game. Happy Black History Month, everybody." In the meantime, they were acquired by Embracer Group, which the command implementation of DEI on their website, it is the same studio's responsibility to implement diversity and inclusion. Additionally, the investor of Embracer said he was specifically pushing for them to make the game more gay. This has been exposed. It's all accurate. And it's a big thing. Don't need to drag this out. The devs expose themselves. Forcing the same political agenda into every game is not tolerable. Even more or less subtle, it doesn't make the game bad. Buying it will affirm such practices you are undermining and harmful for the industry. I'll be sailing the high seas on this one. See you there. And as you can see, there it gets banned for criticism here. Here's the link. I thought it was fake. Pirate Nation confirmed that it was actually real and that they are banning bad reviews on this topic. And that's exactly why they're sweeping so hard. That's exactly why they're running to places like IGN and PC Gamer, trying to get those companies to completely sweep for them on every single level. It's disgusting, and Daniel Vavra should be ashamed of himself for his behavior that he's gone into that's acting as bad as the worst woke activists in the industry that I've seen so far. Leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and check out my book and my whole series here, guys, The Adventures of Baron von Monocle. I'll bring the book to first link in the description below. It's available on ebook, print, and audio. Good fantasy for your fun. We'll be back soon.